Did it work? Are we live? I think we're live. Oh, you know what? I should get some of this, like, brighter stuff out of the way, shouldn't I? The bags, the packing material, that kind of jazz. In fact, let's just get this pared down to just the Scrimshaw stuff. A frameless movement. Hey, if that's your jam, go for it. I don't... Man, that music is a little loud and action-y. Let's turn it down another notch. We're listening to Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack. Scrimshaw takes place in like a post-apocalyptic world, so it seems kind of fitting to have, you know, the cyberpunk kind of music going here. In fact, it's kind of a cyberpunky world, really. It's like water cyberpunk. Does that make sense? Hydropunk. Did I just invent a new genre? I think I did. Hey, XLG and Ninja Whistle. Dudes, I literally just clicked the button like less than a minute ago. Okay, let's get these here. I think hydropunk is a thing. Is it? Okay. Well, I guess I didn't invent it if it's already a thing. Alright, we're going to talk more about Scrimshaw today. Like, that's my primary focus for what we're going to get into. And we'll talk about why in a second. Dude, the heist is way too high energy for me right now. I'm kind of drowning underneath this music. It's too much. Come on, where's that stupid... There it is. Okay, I want to look at that. And then... let me open up my beverage here. Good beverage is important, my friends. Here, let me pop this up first. This is the stupidest, well, maybe not the stupid, this is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. And, of course, it's a Marvel comic book. Why on earth does Luke Cage, super strong guy, bulletproof guy, need a suit of power armor? And why would he call it the Cage Buster? Like, the Hulkbuster armor is not worn by Hulk. The Hulkbuster armor is worn by people trying to beat up the Incredible Hulk. Like, I realize I'm not a comic book expert. I'm just like, you know, some dude or whatever. And let me make this a little smaller. Can I unlock it? There we go. Like, I realize I'm just a comic book guy that reads books and stuff, and, you know, I have very little skin in the game. But even I know that this is dumb. Like, is it a whole book where everybody is getting suits of power armor or something? Because if that's the case, okay, fine, you gotta pass. But if not, come the frick on, dude. Why the frick is there a gigantic honking suit of power armor stomping around? For Luke Cage. Like, it would make sense, like, other characters, you know? Ones that don't have ridiculous bulletproof, super heavy armored superpowers. Like, yeah, okay. They could use a set of armor. Hold on, I'm looking for something on my bookshelf. Oh, I must have packed all that stuff up into the other room. Dagnabbit. Yeah, that's just the Fourth World Omni... Those are just big DC omnibuses. Okay, well, I've only got one thing here then. Let's grab that. And put that back. Okay, stay right there, books. Don't go anywhere. Oh, boy. Well, I was going to get a couple other books off of the shelf, but make him even Luke Cagier. Oh! Well, it sure does seem cagey, if you know what I mean. Oh! Oh, yes, yes, oh, yes. Anyway, now that the mockery about that is over, get back to work. You know, what would you do right now if Aragorn, son of Arathorn, ran in and told you that the beacons are lit and Gondor calls for aid? You know, I'm getting off of my fat butt and I'm going, bro. That's what I'd be doing. We ride, see? He knows. He knows. Alright, where is that Kickstarter page? Here it is. So, here we go. Scrimshaw, Battle for the Flower Palace. This is the cover advertised here. Also, issue 11 of Scrimshaw. And, no, that's not what I want. Did that just dox me? No. Okay, good. Here we go, updates. So I was just looking to see what exactly it was I was supposed to get with the campaign. You know, this is like unboxing material here. What was I supposed to get? Well, pretty much just this guy. Just the book. Look. Full color physical copy and a PDF and free shipping, which it's $15. I don't know about the free shipping, bro. You just rolled it into the price. But that's okay. $15 with free shipping is better than $10 with $5 shipping. I don't know why, but it is. One of those has the word free in it, so I suspect that's probably why. So I was just supposed to get this. Instead, we got that. We got this little miniature copy. Hold on. See? Little miniature copy of, printed by Alterna. I guess this is like a promo book for, the Sonoran Sea, right? That was the name of this one? Hold on, I'm flipping through it looking to see if it says. But this was like, yeah, Tears of the Sonoran Sea, right there. And we probably got a review of this up here. It was a great mini-series. It involves our heroes on the runaway horse, battling all kinds of people in Mexico City, and it's great. I love this book because the characters have great chemistry together. They feel like real people. They interact like real people. They don't always get along. But it's not like super they don't get along and it's all drama, drama, drama. It's kind of like X-Men in the 80s where you had that interpersonal stuff, but there was still really cool stuff happening behind it. Or, you know, if you prefer, if you're more of a TV person, like the first two seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. versus the rest of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I got this little book for free. It's actually really dope. Very cool. And we scroll down. One thing Eric Borden is doing is he's making real-world versions of everybody's gear from the book. So, like Saigo's sword is physically exists now, which is really cool. Like if I just had exorbitant amounts of money that I could just spend frivolously, I'd be doing stuff like this too. But the reason we're over here looking at this is... Here we go. The two little pins I got. So I was like, man, I don't know what these are. Like, they're really cool. And I kind of vaguely recognized them as things I probably should recognize from the universe, but I wasn't sure. Come on, get... Like, where am I going to wear a little sword? That's what this is. Let's make this big. So these were just extras added to the campaign. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Oh, imagine doing these for like cufflinks or something, right? You got this on one side. You got this guy on the other. I know cufflinks are supposed to be a matching pair. But wouldn't you be the coolest looking dude? Be the coolest looking dude if you had like little sword cufflinks, man. So there's the knife. And there's the blade. They're both very cool. I don't know that they're showing up on camera really well, but they're very cool. You can take my word for it. Because they're black and metallic, so it's real hard to see. Hold on. The books came packed with this paper. Maybe it'll be easier to see in front of that. Like, these are freaking honking detailed, dude. It's way cool. Way, way cool. So those are just like some bonuses that came with the book. I'm going to put them back in their little thingies. They're going to go in. I got a box somewhere where I put all these little pins and kitschy things I get. One day, I'm going to actually organize this stuff. I'm going to organize this stuff and, you know, be like the Kingpin, where I got like my cufflinks right here, and I open it up and I get out an identical pair of cufflinks every day as I'm getting dressed. Because that's not pathological and insane. No, that's perfectly normal. Oh my god, I cannot get this plastic bag open for the life of me. Oh, I just did it! I just did it! I was bringing it over here and it just like my finger just opened it up accidentally. Ah, bonus. I don't know. Maybe next time I go on a business trip, I'll wear long sleeves just so I can wear these. So anyway, that was like the bonus swag. We got Scrimshaw here. Now I know you're thinking, Elizabeth, you haven't talked about Scrimshaw in freaking forever. Hey, Ethereal Dragon, what's up? How much of a fan can you possibly be if you haven't talked about Scrimshaw in freaking forever? Well, my friends, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm some kind of poser, right? Surely, Dr. Elizabeth wouldn't go years without talking about one of his favorite properties. You're wrong, by the way. I go years without talking about my favorite stuff all the time. But this really cool box, I got, I think it was like a $50 reward in a previous campaign. Got them playing some tabletop. Cool. Check it out. It's a really cool box. That's the Runaway Horse, the ship they're on. And it's a nice little box to put stuff in. So what was in it until I took it out just seconds ago? One of them. See? I might have to give one of these away at some point. And then here's all of Scrimshaw in floppy. I got most of Scrimshaw also in trade, like alternatives mini trades that they put out for this stuff too. So the first run had 6 issues. Sonoran Sea had 4. This was collected in 2 trade paperbacks. I think this one was just 1. I might be wrong about this one being in a trade. I don't remember. I only have one of the trades of the first run, and I forget exactly what the colors mean. I think red is the first printing, gold was the second print, and then silver's the third print. Anyway, I've been super into Scrimshaw since I first read them back in, I don't know, 2018 or something like that. It's been a while. Oh, and on the back of that, in the same thing, got a couple little mini prints here. The reason we're here tonight, we're going to do a little live review, which is something I've only done a couple of times before. I think the first time I tried to do a live review, it was of like LaFay #1, and YouTube killed the stream while I was doing it, if you can believe that. YouTube literally did. It wasn't like, I'm not making this up. I was streaming LaFay #1. Hold on, do I have a PDF of that handy still? I don't remember if I kept that or not. I probably did. I keep most of this stuff because hard drive space is so cheap. Let's see, comics. Yeah, here we go. Evolution, Evolution. There it is. LaFay, LaFay, LaFay. LaFay 5. Oh. Hold on, maybe I don't. Batita, Warbound, 234, Warbound 1. LaFay 5. Did I file it under No Sleep, the imprint that was published under? No, apparently I've just lost the PDF, or it's unsorted, or something. I don't know. I probably just lost it, I'll be honest. That's a little bit of a bummer. Anyway, we'll pull up LaFay 5 here since I got it open. And this won't quite illustrate what I'm talking about, but I was just like, oh, talk. And I got like on page 5 or whatever, and she was getting out of bed, and there was side boob, and that was the instant YouTube killed the stream. There wasn't even, like, it was PG-13 stuff. I think if you squinted, there was like 1 pixel or something that was darker than the others out of like the whole thing. And it wasn't even that big. Like on the whole page, you know, it was like a little nook, like that big. And YouTube was just like, nah, we're gonna murder your stream. So since that happened, I've been a little shy about live reviews, because at least when I'm publishing a review, YouTube will be like, okay, we'll just age restrict it. Which has happened a few times. Like, well, since I started censoring Vampirella covers, which is ridiculous, since I started censoring them, YouTube has not killed Vampirella video. Because I used to unreview, or like say, no, you can't have that, then I'd appeal it, and then be like, no, you can't have that, after being like, yeah, you can have that. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But that's YouTube for you, man. That is YouTube for you. Sorry, I had to take a little drink there. Anyway, we are going to get into this little live review here. I'm not sure what's up with the whole Cartel Comics thing. But, because it used to be Horde. Let me look up Eric Borden. He's still on Twitter, right? Yeah, 100 Proof EB. I don't know why this guy follows me, man. He really shouldn't. My Twitter is a nightmare, but... talk about his book here. No, he doesn't even talk about Scrimshaw on here, man. He's still got Lead City up there. Oh, that's a bummer. He had another book I liked too, and I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, he hasn't talked about Scrimshaw on Twitter since June. Wow. Kind of weird. Have a stalker? Have you not been listening to anything I said? He's the guy that wrote the comic book. Like, his name was... well, it's literally right there. It's right there. I'm sure I have stalkers. We all do. Ethereal Dragon. In fact, I do have a stalker. His name is XLG, and he's in the YouTube chat right now. And that's just how life is. That's how life is, man. You can't get away from them. You just have to live with them. You just gotta live with them. Man, I wish I didn't have that big blurry spot. There we go. See, look, I told you he was in the chat right freaking now. Thank you for those thumbs ups, by the way. I appreciate it. Much love in the neighborhood. All right. Anyway, I'm ready to just start talking about the book, like, for serious. I like Eric Borden. He had some kind of falling out with Peter Simeti. Dude, I've tried all kinds of things. I've called the police on him. Sick the Hounds of Hell. Had Ninja Weasel go break his leg. None of that stopped him. He's just here to stay. I think the other Eric Borden book I was really into, I haven't read Lead City yet, but I think his other book I was really into was Disposable Heroes or something like that. Hey, he's got a website. Hold up. And I don't see it here. I see Scrimshaw stuff, and I see Lead City, but not that book. And dodge the moose tanks. I know, man. I really appreciate what you did for me, though. Disposable Heroes? No, Disposable Legends? Eric Borden Disposable. I would swear it was something like that. No, that's a rickshaw, XLG. You should know that because I saw you before the leg break working one of them. To which I applaud you, sir. That's a lot of hard work you've engaged in. Oh, apparently this thing... Hold on, I'm looking at his website. Let's flip back over here. Look at his website. Apparently this is a movie he worked on. I had no idea. Was that the URL to the movie right there? Harley Quinn fan film.
Incorruptible.
Oh, I might have to watch this. Look at that. Alright, well, now we've learned what this thing was that came with the comic book. I'll check that out later. Anyway, I like this guy's writing. He was with Alterna Comics back like 2017 when they were launching all their stuff. Scrimshaw was like one of the first books that was published by them. I got like 3 copies of Scrimshaw #1 now, maybe more, I don't know. The first issue had like some weird printing stuff, like the colors were kind of muddy. But that's totally just like learning curve stuff. Anyway, check this out. So, wow, I just accidentally muted the microphone. Sorry. This is not actually a good book to show you like the cast of characters because this book is really just all about Hans Tanaka, the guy in the red robe with the yellow like bandolier sash. So he's like the only member of the crew that really shows up in the book. You see, we got some of the others here in Battle for Flower Palace. Yeah, there's like Saigo over there on the left. Is that his wife? No, that's not his wife. That's his wife, Mrs. Tanaka. You can see everybody else. Hey, look! I love this. What a great way to introduce the character. You're talking about the ship that they use, the runaway horse, but you're describing like their roles. You know? The decks, the bulkhead, the holds, the different things that people do, the superstructure, oversees everything, does the hard work. The berthings, hubba. And so all the characters like have their own particular thing that they're good at. Hans is kind of like my last Cyberpunk character. We'll get to all that, XLG. Hans Tanaka is kind of like, he's the main character. He's got some leadership. He's all about like building his own family like unit, running his crew like a family. It's very X-Men-esque, where he's kind of in a combination like Charles Xavier Cyclops role. And XLG, if you'd been listening a few minutes ago, you would know I've been buying Scrimshaw stuff for years from the writer on Kickstarter, also when they were published through Alterna. I have all of Scrimshaw except for one trade paperback. Like, I got all of it, bro. We can just keep throwing books on the pile here. I was going to go get the trade paperbacks or graphic novels or whatever you want to call them. But they're in the other room. And I didn't want to have to go dig through my cabinet to find where the heck I put them. Plus, this was like the $50 tier. Was the books plus this cool little box. This like mini book, which there's another copy of right here. Probably knowing Eric Borden, well, there were some prints. And knowing him, there was probably a couple pins. I think there was like a Shot Fox pin and something else. And I don't know where my box is that I keep all that stuff in, so I can't go dig it out right now. Actually, that's not true. I know exactly where the box is. It's in the pull-out desk right over there. And, oh my god, there's so much stuff in there. I'm afraid if I disturb it, it will explode and kill me. It's like a Claymore mine. It's loaded up so much. So anyway, the characters have this great family dynamic. And they're kind of mercenaries, you know, they do stuff for people. They get jobs, they go on adventures, that kind of thing around this post-apocalyptic world that has been like flooded by the ice caps melting or something like that. I'm not exactly clear what the disaster was, but there was a disaster. It was disastrous, if you will, which is from the Greek. It means catastrophe. You're a fan and a patron? I guess so. I guess so, man. There's two things I like about this book so much. One is the writing. Like, Eric Borden rides that fine line of giving you interesting story stuff to chew on and giving you action. So, like this issue here, number 11, aka Battle for Flower Palace. And also, like, check this out, man. I've never backed at a high enough tier to get my name in the back of the book, but if you back at like the $100 level, you end up with your name back here, which is kind of cool. And the name is permanent. Like, it's not for one campaign. If he reprints like this book again and 17 more people have been added in here, their name will be in here for like every time he reprints it. It's kind of cool. I just can't afford a $100 price tag. But what I like about this stuff, aside from the writing, and there's great writing, man. Like, the villains are actually villainous. They have motivations that are beyond, like, let's go kill a kitten, or let's just kill a lot of people. Their motivations are, I'm an evil corporate overlord. I want to run the world. Let's use our giant, freakish, genetically engineered super monsters with armor to go kill a bunch of people, because that's the one way we can guarantee that the people we want to die will end up dead. Makes perfect sense. You're an evil overlord. Why aren't you going to do that? He's even got the freaking cat, dude. He's even got a little cat. Like, how evil overlord can you get when you got that little freaking cat in your lap that you carry around everywhere with you because you're evil? Surest sign that somebody is evil is they sit around with a cat on their lap. Doesn't matter if you're Dr. Evil, doesn't matter if you're Ernst Stavro Blofeld, doesn't matter if you're the evil corporate overlord guy here, whatever. If you got that cat, I know you're evil. It is writ large upon your face. Alright. So anyway, this guy hired that guy to kill this guy. Alright? You get the plot, right? Evil corporate guy wants to take revenge on this guy, so he hires a mercenary to kill this guy. This guy's the Baron. I actually remember what his real name was. You can tell he's evil because look at his henchmen. See? So they're busy stalking our heroes across the desert because our heroes are, you know, going to the previous miniseries, Tears of the Sonoran Sea, was about them going through Mexico to get to wherever it was they were going, which is apparently the Flower Palace, and I can't remember why they were going there. Actually, I take that back. I think his wife wanted to go there or something, or he had family business. Anyway, point is, they get there. And you know, he is the scion of a rich family or whatever, or his wife is. I'm suddenly blanking on which one is the rich one now. And because of that, he hangs out with rich, evil mega corporations as well. Look at that. In a world of crazy post-apocalyptic cyberpunk nonsense, evil mega corporations can also be your friends. Isn't that great? But here's what I love. And this panel with the ships over here, we're about to sit down and just take a look at it, okay? I need you to take a breath. All right? I need you to take a breath because I need to take a breath. All right? So I'm going to mute my microphone. I'm going to get a sip of my drink. We're going to look at this crazy panel over here because every piece of art I have ever seen the artist Dave Mims do has been absolutely, completely, totally, 100% baller and off the chain. You know, if I wanted to rip off like a Key and Peele skit, I'd be like, it puts the pussy on the chain wax or something like that. Like, that's what I would say. That is the only way to describe this. And if you haven't seen that skit, you should go watch it. It's actually pretty funny. So, un momento. Oh my gosh, dudes. I don't know where to start, like just describing just how much this stuff makes me go crazy. All right. Look at the panel. Do you at any point see where Dave Mims lifted his ink pen from the panel? Do you see where he took his pen off of the paper? Literally, at any point, did that pen come up while he was doing this? Look at the clouds. No. Look at the mountains. No. Look at the building, the docks. No. Look at the ships. No. Look at the water. No. Homeboy is over here drawing like this. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to put like, and then, I lifted my pen. I can't even do it. And then I'm going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to come over here. I'm going to get to this point, and that's where this line for the mountain is going to be. And we're going to just do. And here's some clouds. Like, he's just doing that. And somehow when he gets done, it ends up looking like this. I don't understand it. I have never seen any artist except for this guy, this one homeboy, this awesome dude, do this. It's the weirdest looking art style because sometimes you end up with faces that, what even are these lines? I don't know what those lines are. I got no clue what those lines are. What's going on with homeboy's face here? I got nothing, dude. What's going on with his robe? I don't know. But it looks really cool. What's going on with his face? He's got like 4 X's across his face or something. I don't know. It looks really cool. Look at the hair. Pin never came up. He's just like, and then the hair's done. It's like he's a printer. He just goes, no, that's Matt Weldon. Sorry, I don't want to get my amazing artist confused. Matt Weldon is the human printing machine. He makes dot matrix printer noises as he's sketching. It's really amazing. You should see it happen. And this book, that Dave Mims art, inside, on the cover, it just all blew me away. There was a variant cover, I think by the letterer Spike, that kind of cool, but it wasn't this. I mean, this has 2 dudes trying to kill each other in an alligator-infested swamp. What more do you want in your comic book than 2 guys trying to kill each other in an alligator-infested swamp? And you know what the best part is? This is in the book. This could have been like an interior panel, except it's the cover instead. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing. It's blowing me away. Right now, there's a stick of dynamite. It's hurtling through the air at my head. You know where it came from? I don't know. A black hole opened up. It just started, it flew out of the book. You didn't see it because it came out so fast. And now it's slowly in slow motion going through the air above me, flying at my head to ensure that I am blown away by the comic book. That's what Scrimshaw does to me when I look at the freaking art, dude. That's what Scrimshaw does to me. And I told you, that stuff on the cover, the fight in the swamp, it's towards the end of the book. But I told you, man, Eric Borden, he gives you like some action, and he gives you like some stuff to think about. But it's all there, man. Look, what did the cover tell us? The Baron and Hans Tanaka would be fighting each other in a swamp infested with alligators. Where are they? Where are they in the book? Look! Look! They're in a swamp. They're fighting each other. It's infested with alligators. Giant mutant death gators by the look of it, but they're still alligators anyway. That's where we're at, man. They gave me exactly what they told me they would give me on the cover. Truth in advertising. It's the rarest commodity of all in comic books. Because a lot of, at least in these days, because most comic book covers are just like, yeah, you know what? We got just like a sketch from this artist and we'll have him finish it. We'll pay him like $500 and now we've got a cover for the book. We'll make it cover G. And that'll help us sell an extra like 200 copies or whatever. And that's great. No, that's not how this rolled. That's not how this book rolled, man. This book was like, bro, here's what we got. I'm going to look and see if the variant cover is on here somewhere. Oh yeah, there's the variant cover. It's actually pretty cool. Let me click over here. Very cool. This scene is not really in the book, but it's pretty close. We got the big, like, mutated dudes in the cool suits of armor. We got the evil, mad corporate villain with his cat. So even here, in the variant cover, we have truth in advertising. It's just not quite as truthy as the other one. Bros. So in short, just in case you haven't been following along, or you're playing the home game and you know you've been checking off the check boxes and now you're like, man, my bingo card is full, but I still haven't made bingo because Eliza Barr hasn't explicitly said like the central box here that I need to check off to just go burp with the free space. Well, guess what? You can check that off now because I liked everything about this book, except that it took me a little while to remember how we got here, because all I really remember from Tears of the Snoring Sea was them fighting like the Minutemen and infiltrating like their way towards Mexico City, and I couldn't really remember much else. And I didn't go reread it. So I just kind of had to be like, oh yeah, and dig stuff out of the old memory bins and put it back in the forefront of my brain, you know, the frontal lobe, so I could be like, yes, okay, this is all making sense. But that's coming in like half blind. And coming in half blind, I still got a ton of fun out of this. I mean, look here, we have like a freaking like duel where old guy is like flying through the air with two samurai swords to beat up like crazy hobo guy who's got like a club. And they have a great fight over the course of those panels. These dudes have a great fight over the course of the next couple pages. It's all fantastic. And the setup like hits you with a bunch of plot and tells you why they're there, so that you don't you don't have to just kind of like, oh yeah. The crazy villain, the Baron, the mercenary that he's fighting over here, like he does some stuff, it feels earned. Our hero doing stuff feels earned. This dude being like a super ninja commando kind of comes out of nowhere, but it's still great. There it is. There's your live review of Scrimshaw after a little bit of mockery for the comic book industry in general with the Cage Buster armor. That's it, guys. I got nothing else. That's all I wanted to talk about tonight, because there was nothing at the comic book store for me. I went through the Graham Crackers email. I saw no new stuff. So I called my man up around like 12:45 while I was eating a piece of bread on my lunch break. fresh. It was like fresh bread, just baked, like this morning. It was amazing. Okay, that's an exaggeration. This is pretty good. Because it's like buttermilk white bread. It was not like super amazing, but I was like, yeah. You know what, $2.50, I'm going to grab this loaf. I was eating that piece of bread, sipping, what was I drinking? I think I was working on my Mountain Dew at that point, and called up my shop man. I'm like, yo, Sean. Yeah, here I'm calling him up. See, Shaka Bra. It's also a phone. Or banana, depending on your point of view. Shaka. Called up Sean. I'm like, yo, man, I got anything in my box? And Sean was like, you got nothing. I'm like, cool. I just wanted to double check before I made the drive over there. He's like, yep, don't do that. That's how you know you got a good rapport with your shop dude. He actively told me not to come to his shop, not to waste my time and the gas, because there's nothing for me to buy. Now, other shop owners wouldn't have done that. They've been like, yeah, come on over anyway. Maybe you'll see something or whatever. Sean was like, nope, don't waste our time. That's when you got a good relationship, man. And one other thing, I just saw it over here. A couple years ago. It might have been right after I moved into the house here. Yeah, it was, because this would have been like 2018 or something like that. Eric Borden actually sent me a Christmas present. He's the author of the book. Yeah, I could have got not one, not two, but 3 books from the dollar bin, which used to be the 75-cent bin, which used to be the 50-cent bin. Inflation is killing us all. You're correct, Ninja Weasel. But Eric Borden sent me a Christmas present. Among the stuff in that was this Alterna Comics stocking. So I don't know exactly how stuff went down between Eric Borden. You know, I'll just leave that here while I'm talking. I don't know like why he left Alterna Comics, like exactly what went down between him and Peter Samedi or whatever. And frankly, that's their business and not mine. I miss that these books are not being published through Alterna, because I would like to have gotten a $1.50 copy instead of a $15 copy. But hey, that's life, man. That's life. But little stuff like that, little kindnesses, can really endear people to you when they're completely unexpected. Like, he didn't do that because he's all like, oh yeah, this dude's gonna come back my book. He did it because he's like, hey man, this dude did me some favors by doing reviews of Scrimshaw, by promoting Scrimshaw, by backing Scrimshaw. I'm gonna just send you something nice. You know? Like, it cost him like, what, $5 or something? And what did it get him? I mean, if you're looking at it from a purely transactional point of view, which some people do, I mean, this box, when the contents of it cost $50, when this is probably worth like 10 at most. But don't look at stuff in a transactional way. I'm just saying, if you're cynical, like, it still paid off for him. But if you're not cynical, it got a guy to come on YouTube and go, dude, Eric Borden in his book is really cool, and he's a cool dude. That's what it got him. Was somebody who's going to be like, yeah, man, that's awesome. Other awesome creators over the years that I've talked to, I mean, aside from like Tim Lim, Doug Ernst, Mark Pellegrini, Matt Weldon, Bill Williams, like, those guys are all pretty cool. Brian Ball, really cool. But like, aside from the crew that I talk about a lot, there's other people that are really cool out there. Ben, and I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't know if it's Slabak or Slayback. It's Slabak, however that's pronounced. He's a really cool dude. He sent me like a couple of his books, like, out of nowhere for free, man. Just because I was talking about the Exilium, and he was just like, hey man, what's your address? I'm going to be in the country for New York Comic Con. I'll just mail you something. And I'm like, you don't have to do that, sir. But he's like, no, I insist. So I'm like, all right, man, if that's what you want to do. And he did. There's lots of people out there. I know people get really down on like comic book, indie comics, like the whole discourse and stuff. Yeah, we're going off on a tangent here. Let me pull up Brian Ball's Twitter. Bro, Twitter, are you going to click? Oh, there we go. Where was this? Where was it? Oh gosh, there's actually like some stuff here I hadn't seen yet. I might have to read that and maybe do a video about it. And now I can't find it. It was another follow-up for like the indie community stuff, which is like a frequent topic that pops up on... oh, here we go. Here we go. This stuff right here. So indies act no better than the pros they hate without the clout. They just don't have the clout to back it up. Being able to take a no, move on is part of having the smart business acumen, yada yada. Okay, so there's a lot of people out there, and I'm going to qualify this saying in the comic book world, but the reality is there's a lot of people in the world. I can't address the entire world. The entire world is a big problem, and me brain ain't big enough for the entire world. I will go ahead and admit that. But in like the world of independent comics, man, I've talked to a lot of people. I've seen even more people talk to each other. And a lot of people, they live in that transactional world. They don't live in the world of, hey, you're cool, let's talk. They live in the world of, hey, you've got more whatever than me. So I want to hang out with you so I can get some of that whatever to rub off. And man, I see a lot of that, and I try not to associate with too much of it. Because it's not good. It's not healthy. Those people are not going to be your friends. Those people are not even going to be like friendly acquaintances. They're there to use you and abuse you. And then there are people out there, like I've mentioned them. Brian Ball. A lot of the iconic comic people. Ben Slabak. And I would add Eric Borden to that just because he was nice to me. I don't exactly go out of my way. Like, I haven't talked to him in years. But the interactions I've had have all been really positive. They were unsolicited by him. Or by me. Like, both of us, it was just a surprise. Ben Slabak, he didn't have to send me his books. He's just like, hey, you like my other stuff? You read the Map Maker, like the short or whatever that Scout put out, the like single issue. Scout was doing this thing there for like a year where they would put out like a single issue floppy, and then they put out a trade paperback of the material. So the Map Maker was one of the books that got that treatment, and so I read the single issue, but I didn't read the trade. And he's like, hey, did you read the trade yet? I'm like, nah, man, I haven't read the trade yet. He's like, cool. I'm going to be in town in 2 weeks. I'm going to send it to you. And he did. No, he didn't have to. He just knew that I was a fan of his stuff, and he sent it to me. I'm pretty sure if I ever like run into the dude, we'll go have a drink together or something, you know? He'll get whatever Australians like to drink, and I'll get a Shirley Temple, and we'll have a good time together. And we'll just talk like human beings talk about the things that we like. That's what I'm trying to be about this year, is I want to get more in that positivity, in that world where we can make a difference, because we're talking about the things we love. And when you talk about the things you love, you got passion for it. You got love for it. You got drive for it. You're not just sitting there going, oh man, so-and-so said this on Twitter. Who cares what so-and-so said? So-and-so is ultimately a nobody, just like the rest of us. And even if so-and-so was not a nobody, what does so-and-so have to do with you? Just ignore him. It's incredibly powerful. I know I'm not going to be completely successful at it. I'm probably going to say some stupid stuff and talk about some stupid drama or something. In fact, that's what I saw when I was scrolling Brian Ball's Twitter, was just some stupid, absolutely moronic looking stuff. And I'm probably going to go read it, and I might do a video about it and go back on what I'm saying here, you know, backslide a little bit, but that's okay. Because I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to get to the point where I can just talk like, yo, this is what I like. This is what I like about what I like. Maybe you might like what I like if you give it a try and you read it, or if you give it a try and you play the game. Like Cyberpunk, man, I will keep singing the praises of that game because it deserves it at this point. I know when Cyberpunk came out, it was a hot mess, but listen to this beautiful, amazing soundtrack. This game has absolutely fire music. The more I listen to the music in that game, the more I like the music in that game. We're listening to the score now, not the radio stations, but even those radio stations have mostly good stuff. The industrial station has one bad track on it. The more I've listened to Body Heat Radio, the more I've liked it. The more I listen to Growl, which totally escaped me on like my first 2 playthroughs, the more I liked it. It was amazing. So don't be scared to talk about the things you love, the things you like, the things that are cool to you, that are important to you, the things that give you fire and passion and drive, because it's only by talking about that stuff, by sharing that stuff, that we can all hear about that stuff and maybe get better. Maybe we discover things that more of us like, and then more of us can talk about it. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox. You all have a great one. And hey, XLG, since I got Streamlabs OBS open here, I can actually read your donate from the other day. Let's. This should fire it up in the corner. No, is the widget not working? Is it on this screen? Highlight alert box. Here we go. This might play it. It's in the wrong spot, but there it is. I'm a longtime fan of yours, says Jessica Negri. How do you pronounce her last name? I don't actually know. I invented cosplay. You may remember me as Pikachu Girl. By the way, my real name is Stephanie. And I think at the time I made a comment about, you know, are you crazy? Anyway, XLG, Ninja Weasel, Ethereal Dragon, you couple of beautiful lurkers. I've seen my view count going boop, 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 because Streamlabs actually shows me that information, whereas regular OBS doesn't. But I've seen, you know, my viewer count bipping around a little bit. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on a Wednesday night. I appreciate it. We got snow outside. It is depressing. It is dark. It is winter. And just getting in here, being able to talk to you about some stuff I like, show you some stuff I like the incredible Dave Mims art. It helps give me juice. Helps keep me going. And the fact that you've chosen to spend some of your precious time with me, I really appreciate it. So we're going to end off here. I'm going to give you the thumbs up, mute my microphone, and we'll call it here in a minute. Maybe just like 30 seconds, okay? I don't know. I don't know how crazy I'm feeling.